Shoalhaven, where the council's in the news again. From rates to roads and trees that go.
Let's be honest, our local media's not doing their job when it comes to council matters. They're just recycling press releases, and the radio shows are just giving Patricia White a platform to spread her spin. There's no real investigation, no tough questions being asked, just the same old fluff pieces. Today I want to cut through the noise and give you the real story about what's happening with our council. We're going to look at the facts, the figures, and what's really going on behind those closed doors. Here's what you need to know. This current council is just riding on the coattails of Robin Stevens and the previous council's work. They're taking credit for a plan they didn't even create. And let me tell you, the differences between then and now are like night and day. When they adopted the plan in December 2024, SIG had blocked some additional cost-saving measures, including crucial changes to senior management that would have saved us millions. They even rejected proposals for more efficient departmental structures. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Here's something they do not like to talk about, that 12% rate hike. It's only for road repairs. It won't do anything to fix our debt problem. Even as councillors Proudfoot, Kazmiri, Cox and Clancy push to spend more money, for example on roundabout flowers, registers that already exist for war memorials, supporting private business websites and squandering $2 million down the drain on planning for the now-canned library at Sanctuary Point, we are still facing a $15 million shortfall. It is strange that this amount lines up with the rate rebate given during COVID and voted for by Councillor White and Proudfoot. This was a major setback to our finances. Even those asset sales they're bragging about, that was Ms. Stevens' initiative, now finally showing results. She identified these opportunities shortly after she was appointed, set up the groundwork, and now they're acting like it was their brilliant idea. And don't get me started on the pools. They've completely undermined the previous council's savings by reopening 4 pools during the off-season. Each pool costs roughly $40,000 to operate during winter months, with barely any visitors. That's money down the drain. The daycare situation is even worse. They rushed the closure without any consultation, and council staff returned grant money without proper authorisation. We're talking about $80,000 in federal funding that could have helped local families. It's completely irresponsible. They didn't even bother to explore alternative management options or community partnerships. Then there's this useless finance review panel. Instead of saving money, they're actually costing us more with endless meetings and consultants. They're floating the idea of cutting 200 jobs, creating chaos in the process, and they're hiring expensive external consultants to tell us what our own staff already know. Let's be clear, this panel is just a smokescreen for Patricia and SIG to dodge responsibility. And while Patricia White loves to brag about her banking background, her track record tells a different story.
$50 deficit this year, so 30th of June.
The only numbers going up are her travel expenses, over $500,000 since she first arrived at council in 2012. And these aren't just business trips. We're talking about unnecessary in-person visits to people all over the city. A phone apparently does not work for her. Her fact-finding missions produce no tangible results. Her claims about getting ministers to just give us money is a fantasy, an ego out of touch with the reality of government. Let me remind you what Ms. Stevens and the previous council actually achieved, not the current lot trying to take credit for her work. Her approach was methodical, transparent, and most importantly, effective. Under her leadership, we saw June to September 2024 council capture recurrent general fund savings income of $497 million and one-off savings income of $698,975. This brought the total recurrent general fund savings to $497 million and one-off general fund savings income to $98 million. During June to September 2024, Shoalhaven Water captured recurrent savings income of $13,249 million, largely driven by 2024-25 budget parameters for water and sewer fees and charges. In 2024-25 to date, Shoalhaven Water have also achieved one-off savings income of $180 to $100, predominantly driven by plant and fleet sales. Her plan was straightforward and effective: tight cost controls, smart restructuring, and better ways to generate revenue. She introduced performance metrics for every department and negotiated better contracts with suppliers. The bottom line? Ms. Stevens showed us what real leadership looks like. She didn't just talk about fixing things, she actually did it. Every decision was backed by data, every saving was documented, and every dollar was accounted for. And what did Sig do? They pushed her out of her job to replace her with, well, let's see. Don't believe what you hear on radio or in the local print media. There is no dedicated, skilled journalists looking at council. Councillor White has claimed $130 just to drive into the studio and talk nonsense. The media's not asking about the consulting budget that's gone completely unchecked or the failed IT projects. Despite being on council since 2012, Councillor White is boasting about having the road asset database operating some 13 years after becoming a councillor. Great work. If you want some truth, keep in touch with us here at The Eye or look at articles in The Spark. We'll keep digging, keep asking the hard questions and keep holding them accountable. Till next time, keep the council honest and hold them to account. Remember, it's your money they're playing with.